act like the person you want to become. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. Intentionally act like the person you want to become.
Walk, talk, act, look like the person you want to be.
It's not becoming a millionaire that's important. It's the person that you must become in order to become a millionaire. You have to become a completely different person. You have to develop character beyond 99% of the people in the world.
In other words, act as if you are already the person that you want to be and having the success that you want to have.
See, you can do anything. You can get up any hour, read any book, take any class, make any change, develop any skill, do any discipline. I mean, you can do it all. Or when the why starts to grow, the how gets simple.
You want to act like the person you want to become. Now, do you know why most people don't do that? Most people don't act that way because they're overly concerned with what they think. Nobody knows who they are. But you see, we were all raised with those rules. What would they think? What would the neighbors think? I found out they don't.
You know what you should do? Every time you get a chance to experience first class, you should do it, because it plants a seed. It's like the next time you buy an airplane ticket, just ask for an upgrade. Pay a little extra money to fly first class. What it does is it conditions your mind. Once you get in first class and you see how wide the seats are, and you find out why they shut that curtain, see, because they shut that curtain because they can't let you see what's going on up there. They passing out hot nuts, everybody get a washcloth, they got a menu, you get to decide what you want, all the drinks is free. Once you sit in first class one time, the next time you get on a plane, it's very difficult to walk past them seats. And then your mind starts thinking of ways to get back to first class. And guess what? That's what you start attracting to your life. And you start behaving and producing stuff to get you back into first class.
How to act as if you are a millionaire. This isn't just about pretending. It's about adopting the mindset and habits that can transform your life. The concept of living in the end means that to manifest your desires, you must feel and act as if you have already achieved them. Define your desire clearly. In this case, we want to manifest wealth and live as a millionaire. Take a moment to visualize what being a millionaire looks and feels like for you. Is it financial freedom, luxury homes, travel, philanthropy, or something else? Be specific. Create a vision board or write down your desires. Seeing these visual representations daily helps in reinforcing your goals in your subconscious mind. Remember, clarity is key. The more specific you are, the easier it is for your mind to align with your desires.
If you complain about money, if you judge people who have it, if you rush when you're in lack, if you cheat when you don't have what you need, an abundant person doesn't do that. You got to look at that and say, I got to break these habits.
Yes.
Oh my God, if I truly want to be abundant, I can't act this way. Now here's the big one. If I truly want to be a new personality that's in a new personal reality, I can't take lack with me. I can't take unworthiness. I can't take the story that goes along with it with my parents or my grandparents or my ex or whatever. That story has to end, right? I mean, if not now, when?
Whatever it is that you would like to do better, act as though you're a top-flight expert at it. And if you continue to play this part long enough, you will become an expert. If you can get a mental image of the person you would most like to become, begin now to act as that person would act in everything you do. Gradually, imperceptibly, you will actually become that person. It goes back to what the great German poet and philosopher Goethe once said. Before you can do something, you must first be something. Before you can do what you would most like to do, you must first become the person who can do it. A woman cooking dinner has only to act like a great chef to turn out a better meal. The student who begins to act like a top student will begin to get better grades. You can even look much better by simply acting like the person you would most like to look like and be like.
Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody dreams of being a millionaire. You believe everybody can be a millionaire. Why?
Well, I think there's an infinite source of supply. We've been endowed with mental faculties that
the most erudite scientists won't even guess at. I think most people wander around in a deep sleep, and they don't think, they don't invest in themselves. And the second they wake up and start doing that, everything starts to change. $1 million is not a lot of money. It might have been a number of years ago, but it certainly isn't anymore. They could break it up into small parts and anyone can do it. I just believe it's a fairly simple thing to do. I don't think it's complicated. I think learning to earn money is much the same as learning how to type or drive a car. It's just something you learn how to do and then you go ahead and do it.
You want to become a millionaire? Then don't just work harder, think better. Wealth starts in the mind, long before it ever shows up in the bank. Millionaires think in terms of value, not just time. They invest, they plan, they multiply, while others consume. Don't say, I can't afford it. Say, how can I afford it? Change the question, and you change the answer. Act like a millionaire, show up early, read daily, speak less, listen more. Don't wait for motivation, create discipline. Remember, you can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage mindset.
Steve Jobs put it very well. What did Jobs say? He said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust the dots will somehow connect in the future.
The concept of act as if you are a millionaire is a concept that can transform your life and your understanding of abundance. What it truly means to act as if you are a millionaire, and how true abundance is more than just receiving wealth. It's about sharing, contributing, and making a meaningful impact on the world around you. There is the idea that you are what you imagine yourself to be. But what does this really mean? It is believed that by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, by living as though your desires have already come true, you align yourself with the reality you wish to create. So, when we talk about acting as if you are a millionaire, it's not just about pretending to have money. It's about embodying the qualities, the mindset, and the emotions of someone who is truly abundant.
The last 6,000 years reads like this: opportunity mixed with difficulty. That's how it reads. It isn't going to change. The man says, well, if it isn't going to change, how will my life ever change? Answer, when you change. And whether I'm talking to high school kids or business executives, my message is always the same. And it goes like this: the only way it gets better for you is when you get better.
When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it's true. You go back to any belief that you have, and you look at it from a different angle with different resources in you: unconditional love, confidence, clarity, certainty, and your beliefs all of a sudden take on an entirely new meaning. And it starts with the language that you apply to them. Is it the end or is it the beginning? Is God punishing me, or is God giving me the opportunity of a lifetime? It's language. And these beliefs that we have, because they're below the surface, we take them as facts of life. And they're not. They're just beliefs.
You're worth it. But do you really understand what that means? And repeat after me. I'm worth it. Forget the naysayers and silence the critics, even if the harshest words are the ones you say to yourself. Do not doubt yourself, and this time speak it louder, really loud. I'm worth it. And the next time you hesitate before going after something you want, the next time you blush and brush off a compliment, the next time you doubt your place in the world, in the workplace, in your home, or in your own skin, say these words to yourself: I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Because you are, and always will be.
But when it comes to manifesting based on science, I want you to think as manifesting as a bridge. Manifesting is a bridge that's made of bricks between you and the thing that you dream about. And what you do when you manifest is you don't manifest where the bridge is going. You manifest the bricks. Visualization is the bricks. Anybody is capable of achieving anything. I actually believe that because I think human beings are designed to change. You're capable of breaking any pattern. You're capable of getting control of your health. You're capable of launching a business. You're capable of making millions of dollars. You're capable of healing your trauma, of finding love, of doing absolutely anything that you put your mind to, as long as you are willing to do the work for it and as long as you give up your timeline. Because I do believe that people who put in the work get rewarded.
The moment you start feeling abundant and worthy, you are generating wealth. The moment you're empowered and feel it, you're beginning to step towards your success. The moment you start feeling whole, your healing begins. And when you love yourself and you love all of life, you'll create an equal. And now you're causing an effect. And I think that's the difference between living as a victim in your world, saying, I am this way because of this person or that thing or this experience. They made me think and feel this way. When you switch that around, you become a creator of your world and you start saying, my thinking and my feeling is changing an outcome in my life. And now that's a whole different game, and we start believing more that we're creators of reality.
The secret is to get and hold fast in your mind the mental image of the person you would most like to be. Then in every situation, you act and talk as you feel that person would. You make the kind of decisions you think that person would. This is the way to constantly grow into a better, more effective person. You immediately begin to act with more confidence, and confidence is the first step to accomplishment. As your accomplishments begin to grow, which they most certainly will, real confidence slowly takes the place of the part you've been playing. Now, your life will not be transformed overnight. There'll be no sudden miracles, perhaps, but steadily, day by day, you'll grow into the image you hold in your mind. If you doubt this, try it for 30 days and watch what happens. You've got nothing to lose. The time is going to pass anyway. Why not put it to work, becoming the person you most want to become? It's the trick of the experts in every field.
The imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force that the world has ever known. And you know, the average individual uses the imagination, if they use it at all, against themselves. They imagine what they don't want. They imagine problems coming. Let's begin to use our imagination the way God meant it to be used. It's the greatest creative faculty that we possess, and we can build anything we want with it. I want you to wander around your home or possibly your office and take a look at all of the conveniences that you have there that you didn't have, let's say, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years ago, 25 years ago. Do you know that every one of them, without exception, was first created in the mind of one individual with their imagination? Do you know you can use your imagination to go into the future and bring it into the present? That's what all highly successful people do. They see where they want to go, and then they act like the person they want to become. It was William James from Harvard's advice. He says it's the actor's technique. Act like the person you want to become.
If you up your ass and you write everything you want from God on a piece of paper, now here's the exercise I want you to do. This gonna trip you out. Write everything you want from God on a piece of paper. Be as detailed as you can. Write it down. The object for you is to write down 300 things. If you could have anything you wanted, put it on a piece of paper. Anything. How many cars? What kind of car? What color? What you want your next house to be? Do you want a summer home? Where you want to travel to? How much you want in the bank? How much would you like to have to retire? What you want to leave for your grandkids? How much would you like to give all your siblings? Would you like to one day walk in there and just give all your family a check? Put everything you want on a piece of paper. Do not stop until you have 300 things. Take 5 minutes and read your list every night, every morning. 1 year from today, wait 1 year from today, and take a pen out and go down on your list and check off anything that has happened for you that's on that list. Listen to me. If you do that in faith, if you read your list with the expectation that God is going to do some great things for you, at the end of 1 year, you will be stunned at how much stuff comes off that list.
Tell me a moment about multiple earning sources. People dream of having money come to them when they're not working at it.
When I started this 30 years ago, I read a book and my income took off like a rocket. I went from earning $4,000 a year to $175,000, and then I took it over $1 million. But when I first started, I thought the answer was get another job. I had 5 jobs. I came to one day on the street, there were police officers around me, there was an ambulance there, they were going to take me away. I was killing myself. I thought that's how you earn more money, you just get more jobs, work longer hours. And I realized that wasn't the way to do it. Then I realized that getting a better job wasn't the way to do it because every job has a lid on it. So I started to study wealthy people. And I realized that all of them had many sources of income. Not one, not two, some of them 102. And I come up with the idea, they have multiple sources of income. And we thought, why couldn't we teach that?
So the key to the better economic future is to become an attractive person with an attractive personality, an attractive list of skills, your knowledge of the marketplace, your ability to deal with a variety of personalities, all of those things that anyone can learn with a bit of study, practice, repetition.
So first is understanding that you're not what your religion tells you you are. You're not what your parents tell you you are. You're not what your friends tell you you are. In fact, you're not even what you tell yourself you are, because you don't even truly understand your limitless potential. So when you live in a situation whereby you're limited by the opinions and the insecurities and the projections of other people, what you're doing is you're limiting your potential and your growth for self-development. And the first part is understanding that you can become whoever you want to become. If you want to become successful, you will become successful. If you want to become rich, you will become rich. If you want to become literate, you will become literate. If you want to become well-traveled, you will become well-traveled. But you can't want something and then do another 100 things that are an antithesis or completely opposite to the goal that you want. So if I want to get rich, well, I'm gonna have to pay the price. If I want to travel the world, I'm gonna have to pay the price. And most people, they want something, they wish things, but they don't truly want them and then work towards them. So know where you want to go, know what you want, and then don't want other 100 things that are completely opposite to the achievement of that goal.
The truth is everybody is born rich. Most people are just a little short of money. Now, all the money in the world is available to us. All we have to do is earn it. I've learned how to earn it. I've earned millions of dollars. I have worked all over the world. And what I do is so simple, anybody can do it, but not everybody does. A lot of people think you have to be really smart if you're going to earn a lot of money. That's not true. I'm not really smart. I may be a little smarter than I was when I started this, but I sure wasn't very smart when I started it.
Some people who are sitting here today watching us want to change their lives. Some people doubt that they can change their lives. Can everybody change their life?
Everyone can.
You have to develop honesty and discipline and quality relationships and the willingness and the ability to work and set priorities and all kinds of stuff.
You know, the only difference in steam and ice is the state of vibration of the water or the H2O. Do you know the only difference in where you are versus where you want to go is your state of vibration? Do you know that everything to get you there is already here? And it always has been. You know, when you take an idea and you impregnate it over and over again, you impregnate that idea into one cell. When you impregnate that idea into the cell, that cell is dividing 1 into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8. And the process goes on at the rate of 50,000 cells per second. And the more and more you act on it, even though you don't feel good about it, but you work with the idea, you start to develop this change in vibration. But what is really happening is you're impregnating the cells with the characteristic or the idea. What we need to do is we need to constantly think about where we're going, what we want to do, and we start to increase our level of thinking by vibration, and we begin to attract thoughts of like nature that'll move us in that direction.
So go out today Maybe buy a new suit, a good one. One that is going to make you feel proud and glowing with attitude. Maybe a high thread cotton type shirt, not a $5 shirt. Go get yourself a $100 shirt, see what it feels like. Go put on a really good suit from a great store. See what that feels like. Start talking like a winner. Start acting like one. And guess what? Soon you will become one.
Because when you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you.